Here comes the storm. Here comes the storm.
What is up, XXxScarKnightxXx, bringing you Let's Play Pokemon Emerald version, episode 9. In the last episode, we faced a gym leader, Brawly, and I want to know what his name is again, like a big wave in fighting, and that was the title of the last episode. And yeah, for this episode, we are going to go inside Dewford Cave, because that's where we have to go to locate where Steven is at. But first, let's go in here. And yeah, this last episode was actually pretty cool. I liked it a lot. Gorge your eyes on this! It's a silk scarf. It's right at the cutting edge of fashion. Yeah! Oh, I can see your eyes twinkling. You appreciate my dazzling style. Oh, you're a delight. Here you go. I want you to have it. And we obtained the silk scarf, which will power up normal type moves. So, not necessarily like a good thing to go into the fighting gym, but keep in mind that it doesn't have to be a normal type Pokemon. Like, you don't have to bring a Whismur to Dewford Gym just so it could get destroyed. You could give it to Marsh Stomp or something because it has Tackle, and that's a normal type move, and it will benefit it more. But at this point of the game, it's better to use your other powered up moves because they should be stronger, like Mud Shot compared to Tackle. So yeah, Stab or Silk Scarf. And yeah, I prefer just hitting them hard with my other moves. Wow, you borrowed across the sea to visit Dewford? Did you maybe come here because you heard about Brawly? He's so cool. Everybody idolizes him. I guess I'm the only one that kind of doesn't. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this place. But if you go in here, I don't know. There's something about this place I just don't like because they just talk about one thing. But let's see what it is.
Across the sea. Is good shopping even more popular?
This whole business is about good shopping. Isn't there a TV show on it? Oh my lord, it's about good shopping, really? I'm setting up on the hip and trendy good shopping now. It is true that there's a deep link between good shopping and commemorate. No? What? Is that so? It's not easy for an older fellow like me to keep up with trends.
What's in vogue? Well, it has to be good shopping! I can't imagine what life would be like without good shopping! Good shopping! I'm taking the Pokemon good shopping! But it's not awkward! Why? Because of good shopping! It's a bit too much, I think! It's a good shopping! I collect official good shopping! It is a licensed merchandise good shopping! I have an official good shopping dolls! Well, official good shopping brand clothing! An official licensed good shopping! Good shopping picture of good shopping! I know I'm sharing anything with you! Good shopping! Have you...
Oh, they're not girls. If you and me team up as a combo, we'll be invisible when it comes to all things good shopping. Spot on, my friend. Spot on. We shall be the good shopping duo. Isn't that right, Image? God, I want to leave this place. I know for a fact that I annoyed somebody just by repeating good shopping over and over and over and over again. I am a weird person when it comes to trends because I don't like to follow the hype train. I just don't. I mean, I did mention that I watched the Avengers Age of Ultron in the last episode, and I guess I hopped in the hype train on that. But that's because I just like superheroes movies so much. Anyway, yeah. I don't like following the hype train, just because, like in high school, for example, when there is, I don't know, Vans back then was a big thing in my high school days, and I just can't stand it, because I don't like Vans. I thought they looked like slippers. You might have wore Vans, but that doesn't mean I have to. But let's just talk to this guy. I'll talk about it a little bit more in a little bit. Hey you! It gets awfully dark ahead. It'll be tough trying to explore. That guy who come by earlier, Steven, I think it was, he knew how to use Flash, so he ought to be alright, but, well, for us hikers, helping out those that we meet is our motto. Here you go, I'll pass this on to you. And we obtain HMO 5. And yeah, that's Flash. Teach the hidden move Flash to a Pokemon to use it. It lights up even the inky darkness of caves, but to use it you need the gym badge from Dewford's Pokemon Gym. And I noticed that a lot of Let's Players, they just go without using the flash move. I just find it so much easier. Even though it's not too complicated to go into the cave when it's dark, but I prefer just seeing the whole place. And I'd rather teach it to Token because I feel bad for using the HM Slave, I really do. But that's not all I'm going to use you for. I just want to show you off, Token, because you're a unique Pokemon. But yeah, I'd rather teach Flash to it, to a Pokemon I'm not going to use. Because Kyle is going to be an all-offensive Pokemon, even though I have Leech Seed on it, and even though I rely on FX Sport way too much. But anyway, let's go talk about the Pokemon on this play, so be right back. Alright, so the first Pokemon for Granite Cave is Zubat. Zubat is probably the most common Pokemon you'll find in caves, and when it evolves into level 22, or to level 22, it evolves into Golbat. Golbat, just a big, bulkier, very annoying Pokemon to take up because all it tends to do is just try to flinch you, tries to not paralyze you. I guess it can, but it also tries to confuse you more often. And it could also potentially poison you because it does have poison type moves. If you do choose on catching Zubat or Golbat, the final evolution to this, you have to evolve by via Happiness, which will evolve into Crobat. Crobat is actually a very good Pokemon indeed. It very strategic. It could use the move Fake Out, which could flinch the Pokemon as long as it's the very first turn. And very fast, well, it's not that bulky, but it does handle on its own very well. The next Pokemon is Geodude, Rock Ground type. It evolves into Graveler level 25. Geodudes and Gravelers, they're actually very good to use. I personally used one before in the past. And the only unfortunate thing, if you want Golem, you have to trade. But keep in mind that Graveler is pretty good. Just you know, just the whole Golem lineup in general. They're all very good. You just have to get them away from water type Pokemon and grass type Pokemon because it is quite effective. Other than that, if you handle with other type of Pokemon, they handle them with aplomb. They're really, really freaking good. The next Pokemon is Makuhita. Makuhita, as you've seen in the last episode, could take out Pokemon without a problem. The weird thing is, Makuhita, as his catch rate, for whatever reason, has a higher catch rate than the evolution, which is Hariyama, level 24. And yeah, Hariyama has a lower catch rate than his previous form, which is kind of weird. But what I find interesting and just very hopeful for is that they didn't use Hariyama for the second gym leader, because I remember in the anime that Makuhita evolved into Hariyama and I actually had to take that out. And level 24 isn't all that high a level. They could have just put that in there. I mean, you know, there's been Pokemon in the past that, you know, with the Game Sharp code and all that, that is not exactly the level that they even evolved in. And Game Freak could have probably got away with that, and nobody probably could have beat the gym at that point. The next Pokemon is Aron. Aron is actually one of my favorite steel types. I don't know, it's always just very gravitating to catch this Pokemon, because I remember the very first time I played Emerald version, I actually caught myself an Aron, and I actually liked it a lot. It was like alongside my Poochyena, and of course I used Mudkip in my first adventure as well. And it evolves at level 32 into Lairon. Just to mention that they are Steel Rock type. They have the ability Sturdy, which is interesting because they changed it in Generation 4 and onward, so you won't get just instantly KO'd in the first move. But in this case, in Generation 3, where the abilities are introduced, Sturdy just negates all one-hit KO moves, not really if you get hit with the first move. So, for instance, Fissure, Sheer Cold, Horn Drill, Guillotine, all these moves will get negated. Not so much you get hit by a close combat to the face, you're just gonna die pretty much. And there's also Rockhead, which doesn't use recoil damage to it. But yeah, at level 42 it does evolve into Aggron, and in future games in 6th generation and onward, there is Mega Aggron, but of course it's not in the game, so black that out. The next Pokemon is Sableye. It's not found in the Ruby version, but it is found in the Emerald and Sapphire version. Sableye is my least favorite Pokemon. Every time I see this thing, my voice changes and I get very, very aggressive. So you might see that later in this episode. Who knows? It does have a Mega Evolution. Sableye is very bulky. Usually, in competitive battles, they tend to run Recover, Will-O-Wisp, Knockoff, I don't know, just all these things. I never liked it before competitive battling, and just seeing it competitive battling too, it just makes my despising hatefulness towards it even more. So yeah, I don't know. If you ask me why I don't like Sableye, it might be because he reminds me of those mummies from the Mummy 2 with Brendan Fraser and stuff like that. They remind me of those little small mummies that just, I don't know, kills people, I guess. Maybe that's towards it. I don't know. I feel like it is one of those reasons, but for some reason I just don't like Sableye. Theoretically though, and this is interesting how I always, even though it's my most hateful Pokemon, I talk about it even more than any other Pokemon so far. If you use Sableye against the second gym, he could sweep because they can't touch this thing because it's Dark Ghost type, and because it's Dark Ghost type, it cannot get hit by fighting type moves because Ghost types are immune to it. So theoretically, you bring a Sableye in there, it's gonna sweep everybody in there because they can't hit because all they have is fighting type moves. But yeah, that's it about Sableye, and of course, like I mentioned, Mega Sableye will get shaded out, and yeah. And now the next Pokemon is Mawile. Mawile is only in the Ruby version, so it's not in the Emerald version and Sapphire version. Mawile, I don't really know much. It's very rare to find in this cave. I think it's only in the dark portion. I forgot to mention that Sableye is only found in the dark portion along with Aron. But in the daylight, I think you can find Makuhitas, Zubats, Geodudes, and Abras. Because you can find Abras, but I already did a bio on them. But yeah, Mawile is a Pokemon that I don't ever see use on my own. In future games, it does carry along with the Fairy type, and it also has a Mega Evolution in 6th generation and onward. I find it interesting. I mean, it's more attention to Mawile. It's very important that it gets this attention because I feel like it needed more an evolution than a Mega Evolution, because Mawile is just one of those Pokemon that, like I mentioned, I don't see used ever. But yeah, the next Pokemon is Nosepass, but you can't really obtain them quite yet. You need to get something to break these rocks, more like smash these rocks, because Nosepass you could only find a small percentage of the time behind these rocks, and like I said, you need to smash these rocks. Hint hint, wink wink, nudge nudge. Pelvic thrust, I don't know, I just thought of another thing to move. I got that from Super Genius. I always thought that was really funny. But yeah, that's pretty much all the Pokemon here for today, except I forgot to mention that Nosepass, he does have an evolution in the 4th generation and onward. It is called Probopass, Steel Rock type. The way you evolve them is with a certain area that has strong magnetism towards it. So that is pretty much it for all the Pokemon here today. Just keep in mind that most of these Pokemon are found in the dark portion of the cave. Other than that, that's it for the bios, and see you later. Hang on. There's one more Pokemon I forgot to mention. I should have did this in the very beginning of the bios, but I'm gonna put it at the end since I almost forgot. It is Marshtomp, because from Mudkip, it is a water type, and we already know that it was bulky, and it was actually pretty good offensively. Marshtomp, it gets a little bit more bulk to it. Of course, now it's water ground type, and now its only weakness is grass type, since ground types are immune to electric attacks. And yeah, it's a little bit later me saying Marshtomp, but for now on, every time I have like a Pokemon that evolved, I'm just gonna put it together with the other bios of the following route, that so I don't take too much of people's time when I just do one Pokemon for the bios. I mean, there's gonna be certain occasions where I am gonna just do one Pokemon, but that won't be for a while. Yeah, it won't be for a while, so let's just take it as that. And yeah, I should have did a bio on Carmen a long time ago, more like an episode ago or two. But this is completely fine. I'm happy with the decision of putting all of them together. So yeah, back to the episode. Alright, so that's all the Pokemon, and keep in mind that in the pitch darkness down below, it has different Pokemon, so hopefully I mentioned that. I'm pretty sure I will, but this is the place. And I don't like the flash circle. I feel like it's a bit weird, because if you were to be in pitch darkness, you wouldn't necessarily see, like if you put a hand in front of your face, you're not going to see it very well. And we're going to see a lot of Pokemon. Let's see if my Pokemon are, okay, I could switch into you. I'll train up while I'm still going, and I like the fact that I got all female Pokemon besides Token. Wait, is Token female? I think it's male. Yep, it's male. But the main roster, and we'll have to go back later for that thing. I think right down here there's an item, and we found a Pokeball. But yeah, I was never a person that just likes trends. I hate trends, in fact, because people are like, oh my god, skinny jeans, I want to wear skinny jeans now all of a sudden. I think it's just instinct, to be honest, when it comes to people and you know, trends in general. Sableye. I hate Sableye. Kill him! Kill him! Cartman, kill him! Kill him! Die! Die! Kill him. I don't like Sableye, I really don't. I hate Sableye with a friggin' passion. Yes. Good job, Carmen, you did a noble deed. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I think it's natural instinct when it comes to that stuff. But right here, these are the rocks that I was referring to. Okay, I thought it was going to be another Sableye, but there wasn't much Pokemon. When I was just walking across, I made it to the other floor without even seeing anything. At least I think so. I kind of brain farted a bit, but good idea is not to use Mudshot because it is a flying type, and flying types are immune to that. And I keep forgetting that Carmen, I keep forgetting to mention that Carmen is a water ground type now. I probably should have mentioned that. Well, I actually did, because I didn't do the bios like I said in the last episode just to do Marshtomp, but I think for here on out, I'm not gonna just stop myself in the middle of the episode just to talk about one Pokemon, unless it's like, you know, a special Pokemon, pretty much. Even though Carmen is special, I'm not saying that she isn't. But these rocks, these are the rock smashable rocks, and we can't do anything about that yet. But I put that Pokemon in the bio nonetheless. But these are the rocks I was referring to. And this rock is a special rock because it has a hidden item of an Everstone. Okay, so let's continue onward. And yeah, I think it's natural instinct when it comes to just trends and hypes and stuff like that, because like for example, when you're a kid and you see somebody eating like an orange or a pizza or anything really, you all of a sudden have hunger to eating oranges and pizza, right? That's just natural instinct. It's the same way that goes for advertisement. That's why advertisements are so successful, because in commercials they actually make a lot of money. They really do. And by doing that, they send you signals to your brain, and like, you know, it could be McDonald's commercial or something like that. They're like, oh, you want McDonald's, and then you're like, oh, I kind of feel like eating McDonald's now. Or it's just a reminder, so like, yeah, McDonald's is good for you. And then you're like, oh, McDonald's is good for me. So you feel like eating McDonald's. You know, it follows a trend. I mean, I do eat McDonald's all the time, so it's not really a huge big deal. Not that I don't know why I said that. It's because I turned around because I just want to look at my time. I'm only in 10 minutes in, and I feel like I'm really talking fast. So let's just match shot you. So far, my Pokemon are actually really good level because I've hardly been taking damage for these past 2 episodes. But we're finally here into this cave. Hopefully no Pokemon. Yep, there we go. And this guy is Steven. You know what I was talking about in the last episode when Brawly looks like an old guy? This guy looks like an old guy. He really does. Everybody thought he was an old guy, but keep in mind, Mr. President or Mr. Stone said you wanted him to look for his son. So yeah, in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire is so much easier to know what he looks like. So yeah, what voice could I give him? My name is Steven. I'm interested in rare stones, so I travel here and there. Oh, a letter for me? Stan handed over the letter. Okay, thank you. You went through all this trouble to deliver that. I need to thank you. Let me see, I'll give you this TM. It contains my favorite move, Steel Wing. And we obtained TM47 Steel Wing. Not that we need it because we don't have a flying type Pokemon, but that's okay. Your Pokemon appears quite capable if you keep training. You could even become the champion of the Pokemon League one day. That's what I think. I know, since we've gotten to know each other, let's register one another in our Pokénavs. And yeah, I got Steven's number. You know, he's a cool guy. I actually like Steven. Now I got to hurry along. Now that you do that, you can go back to Devon's Corporation. I didn't know there was Pokemon in this room. Oh my god, it's Makuhita. Makuhita, my lord. Well, it shouldn't be much of a problem because he is level 9 and we kind of destroyed the level 13 one. We did a lot of strategy when it comes to level 19. Nonetheless, oh my gosh, we killed him in one shot. I did not expect that. Good on you, Marshton. That was awesome. Good job, Cartman. I keep forgetting that it's female though. Like, when I think of Marshton, he kind of looks like a masculine Pokemon to me. Oh, let's see if I could kill Aber before it just runs away. Because I kind of want to... let's do water gun. Okay, good. I'm faster. I should be. I'm like 11 levels stronger than you. Nope, it survived. Dang it. I should have done mud shot. But yeah, that's going to be it for Dewford Cave. I do want to just cover a little bit more. And like I was trying to say, you can't go to Devon's Corporation to turn in whatever Steven gave me. I wasn't really paying attention because I wasn't... I don't know, I wasn't just paying attention in general. It's kind of weird. He gave us the letter? I gave him the letter, but what did he give me back? I don't quite remember. I could look at my key items right quick. Key items, like Devon goods? That's not it. Oh, maybe it's just... No, never mind. I'm being stupid. You just give him the letter, and then you tell the Devon's Corporation's president, Mr. Stone, that you turned it into him, and then he'll give you a certain something, which can be helpful in this point of the game. It's a really helpful item, but I'm not going to go get it just for the fact that I only have 2 Pokemon, and I'm pretty good level right now. I'll probably get it later when I wrap around to get back to that place, because, I don't know, I don't feel like really going out of my way to getting it. That might be something bad to say of me as a Let's Player because it's kind of 100% thing, but like I mentioned, I will eventually get it when I wrap around. Why are you always out of my freaking way, kid? What do you even do? Even if a Pokemon fails, you can't battle. I still use move learn from Hidden Machine, HN. God. Every single time I went to that Pokemon Center and turned back, he was always out of my freaking way. But that's a lie, because that's only the second time, but he annoyed me. Ahoy for you! I'll go out to sea any time. Now, my friends, are we bound? We're going to Slateport. Slateport, is it? Anchors away, Pico. We're setting sail, my darling. Yeah, so hopefully I could get this episode under 30 minutes because if the simulator goes over 30 minutes, it glitches up in the first 7 minutes and then I have to do filler footage, which I don't want to do, and there's items we're passing and there was certain stuff we're passing. Ahoy, we made a land in Slateport. I suppose you're going to visit Captain Stern and deliver the Devon goods. So yeah, let me look at my notes right quick. Hard skill, I shouldn't even say that out loud. Northwest of Briny, so it should be around here somewhere. There should be items. I probably should get it in the next episode. I want to avoid these trainers because I just wanted to take care of one thing and one thing only, And okay, good. There's no trainers on there because there's some trainers hidden under the umbrellas. You see on the bottom right? You see what's that moving on the bottom right there? Of the umbrella, that is. The parasol, I'm sorry. Is a trainer, so yeah.
Yo, trainers! Whether you're hot to trot or cool cat nut, show 'em my puppet spot!
Yeah, so this place is called the Seashore's House. May hot battles rage on hot sands, the place for hot trainers. So yeah, we're gonna take care of the roots, or the beach in the next episode, is because there's so many trainers and I just want to take care of these trainers. So turn around, please. I don't want to battle you already. Okay. I'm the owner of the Seashore House, but you can call me Mr. C. What I love about all is to see hot Pokemon battles. Let me see what your heart burns hot. I thought I said buns for a second. If you can defeat all the trainers here, I'll reward your efforts. So yeah, let's go battle everybody. Is my Pokemon still level 19? Yeah, okay, yeah. So it's a sailor. Yeah, I was gonna switch into Shroomish, but I changed my mind. If you're looking for a battle in the Seashore House, you'll find no hotter trainer than me, matey. Alright, so let's do this thing, man. Let's do it. And I guess I'll get the items in the next episode because it's pretty complicated. And I already gave up on my first try because it said northwest of Briny, and I just went like, you know what? I can't find it, so I'll just leave. I'll just tackle you. It doesn't have the highest defenses, so it should be okay. Water gun. It'll do neutral damage because ground is weak to water. That also reminds me, of a second thing as well because I don't quite remember. I was planning to talk about something and I don't quite remember. I was gonna talk about is, oh yeah, I was playing Pokemon X and I forgot to mention it, and I could have told you guys before, but I ran out of time. Is that before my first gym? Actually, no. Before my second gym. Or no. It was before my third gym. Sorry. So I guess it wasn't my first attempt. I decided to, every time I go find a Pokemon on the first route, similar to Nuzlocke rules, except I'm not going to apply the Death rule, because I just wanted to play the name normally, but at the same time have something interesting. Foresight? You don't need Foresight. Why do you need Foresight? Okay, so what Foresight does, it identifies ghost Pokemon so you can hit him with physical moves, but literally you don't need that. Carmen, what the heck? Yeah, we defeated Sailor Dwayne. That was a hot battle. I can accept that loss, matey. Alright, so since we're level 20, I'm gonna go switch into Shroomish. And yeah, when I was doing that, every Pokemon I caught in my first route,
Boring battles aren't worth the effort. Fiery hot battles are what toughen up trainers and Pokemon.
So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Every new area, I've been catching a Pokemon, and what I did is they're kind of a Wonderlock, but without the Death rule, like I mentioned. So what a Wonderlock is when you Wonder Trade a Pokemon off with the Pokemon. Okay, let me start over. I completely messed that up. So every beginning of the new area, you catch a Pokemon, and that Pokemon is a token. After that, you use that token to do a Wonder Trade. And when you Wonder Trade that Pokemon, he survived, didn't he? You survived. Bullet Seed. Why are you water sporting? You're a water type anyway. It wouldn't resist. Oh my gosh. That reminds me of Mudsport with Geodude. You are immune to electric type, sir. And there's no electric type Pokemon in that beginning route. Anyway, so when you use that token to get your Wonder Traded Pokemon, you have to keep them unless it's Dupe's Claws or Species Claws. And we almost defeated all the trainers. And I remember this trainer. This trainer's a bit interesting. I'm going to let me do a different voice.
I'm going to show you how great my Pokemon are. But don't cry!
So yeah, I was mentioning that Tuber Simon would like to battle, and his first Pokemon is Zero, which is the normal Pokemon that you know I mentioned in the first route, not the first route, the second route. He's not a water type, and he's not a fairy type quite yet, because you know this is Generation 3, and Generation 3 didn't have fairy Pokemon. So yeah, as you can see, it wasn't super effective, but yet it can still learn water moves. Anyway, as I was trying to say, is I wonder traded Pokemon, and my very first Pokemon I got was Riolu, which is a 4th generation Pokemon, a fighting type Pokemon, and after I got a couple more Wonder Trades, my favorite Wonder Trade of all time, I don't remember who I traded it for though. I think it was like my 4th Pokemon or so. I ended up getting a shiny Charmander. Yes, a shiny Charmander. It's like yellowy orange in a way. It's like mango colored. I ended up getting that, and I was just freaking out because I was in the library because my Wi-Fi, I do have Wi-Fi here, except it's kind of weird because it doesn't connect right. My connections are off for some reason. But I went to the library and I did the loudest gasp. Like, I think everybody heard me or something. I was like,
Alas, but I won't cry!
and I got myself a shiny Charmander, and I was like, oh my gosh, ah! Like in my head, of course, I just gasped out loud, but I was trying to control myself. Anyway, we cleared out all the trainers. You're scorching hot. Those battles blaze. I'm more than just satisfied. As thanks for showing me your hot streak, I want to take these. It's half a dozen bottles of soda pop. I obtained the soda pop. So we got 6 bottles of soda pop. This is a very good item because if you look at the description, it actually heals similar to a, what's it called, super potion? Where's my... So as you see right here, he gave us 6 for that. 60 points of HP. That's better than a super potion, actually. I kind of forgot that. I got it mixed up with fresh water. 60 points of HP in this point of the game, and we get 6 of them. That's awesome. And compared to potions, you know, 20. But yeah, that is pretty much what we got so far in this episode. I wanted to focus on the soda pop house, or the hot, what is it called? Seashore Shack? Let me look at the title. I wanted to go here first because it's Hot Battles Rage on Hot Sands, place for hot trainers. Yeah, I wanted to take care of this, and then in the next episode I'll take care of the beach, because if I do it all in one, more likely I'm gonna get more than 30 minutes, and I don't want that. So I just still want to organize it in the way I've been doing in my Pokemon Emerald version. But yeah, in the next episode we're gonna go take care of the beach, and just to finish my story, I was really surprised when I got Shiny Charmander. I used them, and the only thing that is in the back of my mind is all like, the only thing that kills it, but at the same time it doesn't, is that they're giving away Shiny Charizards. Right now, I think in the UK, and they did it in Japan, and eventually it's gonna get to the United States, which is where I'm located. And I'm still okay with this because I rather prefer a Shiny Charmander so I could raise it as my own, because it was level 1. And it was awesome, and I was just so happy. And hopefully you're happy too for this episode, because if you like this episode, don't forget to press that like button. If you really like this episode, however, please consider subscribing, and white tigers and dragons to you.